everyone. If it looks like I just woke up, it's because I just woke up. I also look a little bit musty, like that scene in Squid Game. But you know, we're just gonna ignore that. So a disclaimer, this video will have a lot of spoilers as well as opinions about Squid Game. So if you do not like that, please click away because it is gonna get political. So Squid Game has been quite a popular Netflix series on Netflix currently. To be honest, I think this show got its popularity because of some of its like similar concepts, like playing games for your life, like Sword Art Online and like Alice in Borderland. So I think that's why it got its popularity, because people are kind of very comfortable with that kind of concept in a film or a series. So that's why a lot of people got drawn into it, and it's also one of the reasons why I got drawn into it too. So yeah, Squid Game has been getting a lot of popularity on Netflix, and to be honest, I think it deserves it. But I have some comments for the show because I, like many other people in this world, have thoughts and opinions that may not be necessary, but I just feel like putting it out there for fun. So yeah. Also, this is not a hate video towards Squid Game because I do think that, you know, there was a lot of effort put into this show, and I would never want to hate on a show unless it's Riverdale. So I will first start off with the things that I like about this show, and then after that I'll go on to the things that I do not like about the show. So if you want to hear about the good things first, you can keep watching, and then if you don't want to hear the second part, go ahead, you know, it's fine. So the first reason why I like Squid Game is the amount of effort put into the set design. They physically built all of the sets that were on Squid Game, like even that tug of war one, they were actually like there, like that tower thing was real. And like, you know, the tug of war when they also fell, like the losing team fell, that was real too. And I did not think of that to be real because it looked dangerous, and I was like, oh, I thought it was probably CGI'd or like green screen, I don't know. So yeah, I think the realness of the filming actually really helped in showcasing a lot of the actors like real emotions as well, because it is like the actors literally feel like they're on set, which is really awesome, because I think that is like the director's job to make the actors feel like, you know, they're genuinely being in the script, you know, so it feels more real and they can act more comfortably. I'm really impressed with, you know, all the people that were part of, you know, Squid Game that decided to, you know, put a lot of effort into visioning how the games would look like, and actually put in a lot of effort to like build it, you know, the people who also built it. I think it's really awesome to see such a big group of people so dedicated to Squid Game. Second thing that I really like is the acting, and like I mentioned in the previous one, I said that it was due to the set design. I do think that helps to play a part in acting, but I think in general as well, the actors did really well in portraying, you know, the characters that they were supposed to portray. A lot of them did not have the same personalities, which is very common, you know, in a lot of shows, but they did it really well. And I saw the behind the scenes, they also were very well like knitted cast, so they were very chill with each other and they had a lot of chemistry, and I think we could see that chemistry being put on screen as well, which is really, really awesome. I like that when a cast is very close and, you know, they understand each other really well. I always feel like even if, you know, it has a shitty script writing or like shitty script, it can still come out well, you know, the film or the series, because of the cast. So yeah, good job to the cast as well. The last reason why I like Squid Game is the amount of creativeness put into it, and I know creativeness is a very like subjective statement, but you know, this video is mine, so this is my own opinion. Anyways, I personally feel like there was a lot of creativeness put into this series. Personally, I feel like the most creative stuff that have been put into this series is probably the one in the honeycomb, because I did not like think of it to be a game, you know, like tracing. I don't know if it's like a Korea thing, you know, because I'm not Korean, but you know, I was like, oh, that's like a really cool game. Like I did not expect them to come up with that. As well as the tug of rope, the one where they fall, like that was really cool. I did not expect that too. And I think the set design, like the one where they were like walking up the stairs, it's like so weird because the scene is like so bright and you would not expect that. Like personally, I thought I would see like really dark places, kind of like Alice in Borderland, you know, it's like very creepy, very scary, and you're very like curious to know more. But this one, it felt very like welcoming, and that was a bit out of place at first for me. I was like, what is this feeling? But I was like, oh, this, I could kind of understand after a while, because it's about like, you know, childhood games. So obviously they would try to make it a bit, you know, more kid-like, you know, with all the very bright pastel colors, and you could see a lot of it as well in the games, except for tug of rope, but most of it they were like very kiddish. So guys, so this is me editing, and I forgot to add one point, because I realized this when I was like watching TikTok, that actually the score in Squid Game is really good as well. And I think I'm just gonna make this short. I'm not gonna make this super long, because I'm using like a little webcam to film this, and you know, the audio is not that good, but you know, we just gotta cope with it. So anyways, I just find that the score is really awesome. I usually don't see really good scores on, you know, series shows. I feel like it's more seen in movies like Up and The Incredibles. I feel like those two were probably like my favorite scores. Oh, and what's that show called? Like, I forgot the one. It's like, wait, let me go find it on my phone. It's called The Shape of Water. This one. Oh. Oh my gosh, I love the score for this as well. It's really awesome. Yeah, so usually I see more of it in films and movies, but this is the first time I've seen in a series show where the score is actually really unique and really well produced. I think they made the score fit Squid Game extremely well, because especially like, you know, those very iconic like, yeah, that one. I don't know if I can sing that. Oh my god, later I get copyrighted. But like, I did not like expect to hear that in the score, but at the same time, I was like, wait, this kind of works, you know, because a score doesn't need to be kind of like mainstream sounding, or like in a way where it's produced in like classical music or whatever, you know. It just has to fit the mood of the whole show, and I think it does that extremely well, and I'm glad to see such dedication put into a series show, you know, because usually I think I just don't really see that much, or maybe there is out there, but I just don't see it as much. And I'm just glad that they put in a lot of effort into the music, because I think the music also sets the scene really well, and it can help to portray, you know, what the characters are feeling, whether it's like a comedic part or it's like a creepy, you know, scene or whatever. So really good job to, you know, whoever worked on, okay, let's just Google so we don't say whoever. Yeah, Jang Jae-il, I think that's his name. Yeah, this him, Jang Jae-il. Yeah, good job to him. It's really well done, and who also worked behind the scenes for it. So yeah, good job. I just realized you can see them listening to you plus. Yeah, that's all. Back to the video. Overall, I genuinely liked most of like the creative elements in this show. I think that's what really spoke to me and what made me really drawn to the show. Yeah, so good job to all the people that, you know, took part in building up this franchise. I think you could call it a franchise, I don't know, but yeah. I'll now be going into, sorry, someone messaged me. So now I'll be going to the reasons why I do not like this show. And there are 3 reasons as well, because I'm not gonna go into deep. Okay, the first reason why I do not like Squid Game. The main message of the whole show was very vague and not prominent enough for me. So if you guys didn't know, the director actually wanted to base this show off of like poverty, people in poverty, because he had been in poverty before, and he wanted to make it, you know, kind of like a capitalist show where like it shows rich people like, you know, just being dumb and always exploiting poor people for the sake of their entertainment. So kind of like Hunger Games a little bit. And I think that's a really cool concept, you know, because it is kind of true. Like if you see like there are really big brands out there who exploit people in, you know, third world countries to work for like literally $1 a day, and it's crazy. So yeah, he wanted to base it off of that. And in Korea as well, their like poverty line is quite high, even though it doesn't really seem like it. But yeah, they have quite a lot of people who are like going bankrupt. Like their percentages are rising a lot more. Yeah, so in Korea, like their Korean viewers would also like understand it a lot more and empathize a lot more with it. But the thing is that while watching it, I couldn't really tell the main message, because at the end the old guy was just like, oh, I just want to like play games again because I'm gonna die, and like I just want to know how it feels to be young again. And I'm like, Like you like that's not a strong enough purpose, you know. Like when I heard it, I was just like, what the fuck? Like literally, you just killed a bunch of people just for your sake of your entertainment. Like why not just like hire a bunch of actors to play you? Like what? I really don't get it. Like you're rich enough to do that. I don't know why you have to like exploit people. I felt that the old man's like purpose was a bit too dumb. I felt that he should have just been saying how like this is his income, like his way of income. It's just that he exploits poor people into, you know, risking their lives and making other rich people bet on them to have more money, and that's how he earns his money. Yeah, I think that would be a bit more meaningful, because it just shows that like rich people always just exploit poor people for their labor and like trick them into like doing this type of shit because they know that they don't really have a choice because they need the money, you know. So yeah, it could have been a lot more, but we did not get that, which is really sad. Yeah, so that was just my disappointment with the show. The second reason why I do not like Squid Game is because I don't like Gi-hoon. I think he is a boring protagonist. I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but I really do think that Gi-hoon is annoying and selfish and kind of dumb. So in films or TV shows, usually our protagonist is someone that we like empathize with and want them to get like the good ending and are rooting for them. And sometimes, I mean, obviously sometimes they can be flawed, which is totally, you know, it's chill because we are all humans, but you need to be able to empathize because, you know, we as humans are also flawed. So it's also normal for us to be like empathizing with them because we're like, oh, we see themselves in them and we want them to succeed despite them being kind of like dicks or whatever. I don't know. Usually as a protagonist you need to be a bit, you know, a little bit more interesting than your sub characters maybe, or like at least on par with your sub characters. But I personally feel that Gi-hoon, literally like the sub characters overshadow him way too much, especially like Sebyok and Ali and Sangwoo. I felt that they were a lot more interesting characters. Oh, and the old lady, the one that had that scene with the gangster, yeah, I felt like they were more intriguing characters for me. Like I felt like I wanted to know their story even more, you know. And yeah, I just felt like for Gi-hoon, he was really just dumb luck all the way. He never really used his brain except for like some parts, which was like this licking one, because even in the first game he could have died, but Ali saved him. Literally, he would not even have to get the chance to like come back to the game. Like he would have been dead, you know. At first I did really empathize with him a lot because, you know, I could tell that he really just wanted to be a good dad, but he was struggling with his gambling addiction. But you know, we know the ending, and that is another reason why I don't like the show, but I'll talk about it later. I'm just gonna talk about Gi-hoon, especially why I do not like him. But yeah, he's just a character that I feel is really dumb, and just I feel very forced to like him all the fucking time because he is a protagonist, and you know, we know that he's gonna win because he is the main character, even though I genuinely did not want him to win. I wanted Sebyok to win. I'm sorry. I wanted Sebyok or Ali to win the money because I felt like they were a lot more deserving. Okay, I will take one of the sub characters, which is Sebyok, because you know we all like her a lot. Yeah, so I will take her as an example of why I feel she's a lot more intriguing character. Firstly, Sebyok was born into poverty. She had to flee from North Korea and she lost her dad, you know, while she was leaving with her brother, and she's currently in an orphanage with her brother, and her mom is still stuck in North Korea, and she's trying to get her back into South Korea so that they can all live together as a family. And she did not choose this life. She did not choose to be born in North Korea. So she really was born into a very shitty situation where she had to give up her life and risk her life on a daily basis, you know, especially I think at that time when they were planning to leave North Korea with her brother and everything. So she's trying to get the money because she wants to earn a good life for her brother as well as her mom, and bring her mom back from North Korea because she doesn't have the money and she's only like 18 in the show. So it's quite, I would understand why she would need to do all these things. And as a character also, she was a very like, when you first meet her she seems very cold, but actually inside she's just really traumatized and really hurt by all the past things that she had to do, like the gangster. She had to like, you know, like betray them because of money issues, and she's really like distrusting of a lot of people because of that. So it makes sense to why she is like this, and we don't hate her because we understand, because she is a human. So yeah, but for Gi-hyun, I genuinely just felt like I was being forced to like this guy, and I didn't really empathize with him after the ending. Like even Ali, I feel so bad for Ali because like Ali is like also born into poverty, and like he just really wants to like support his family, and his money that he was supposed to get didn't get to him, and that was something that he couldn't control either. So it's really sad to see that as well. I hope his family's doing well. Alright, so the last reason why I do not like Squid Game, which I have talked about just now, is the ending, or the coming towards the ending as well as the ending. Lastly, the ending is one of the reasons why I really dislike the show a lot. And I think a lot of people understand it as well, because it was so like, you know, like when you watched it, you were like, we did all this and for what? Literally, and for what? Like, for what? Literally going back to the same place where you first started. Like, there was no character development from Gi-hyun, and the characters that we love are all dead, so like what the fuck. And leading up to the ending scene is something that also felt very rushed also. I didn't like it as well because firstly I'll talk about the detective. I felt that his plot of him like trying to find his brother and everything could have been a lot better. Like there could have been a lot more to showcase a bit more about what Squid Game is about and like the universe behind it, you know. But all we get is just finding out his brother was part of it, which we don't really care because we don't know his brother. It really doesn't make sense why they would do that, and then killing him off and then not actually knowing anything about Squid Game and just seeing him trying to find clues but not knowing the clues. Yeah, I'm just like, why? And I know that for sure he's not dead because it didn't show his body, because they always like this, like they don't show the body, and you're like, oh shoddy, actually he had like a bulletproof vest or something, and then he's like swimming underwater, and now he's like an underwater cave. I personally feel like his whole like all the scenes that he was in Squid Game were absolutely useless, because in the end we didn't really get anything out of it. And yeah, I felt like there could have been a lot more for that. And for the last fight scene with Sang-woo, I also felt that was really anticlimactic, because not only did we see zero chemistry from Sang-woo and Gi-hyun, I don't know why they would kill off Sebyok at the end, because I felt that it would be a lot more emotional if like the three of them were fighting in like another game. Maybe not Squid Game, because I know Squid Game probably you need like there's only 2 teams, so it's unfair. Maybe another game with like 3 people, and sorry my friend, and like Sang-woo is like kind of almost dead, and or maybe he's dead already, and Sebyok and Gi-hyun are the last 2, and they have to kill each other, you know. I felt like the ending could have been a lot better. It could have been that, you know, that whole like really, it could have been a really emotional scene, but to me it just felt like so draggy, and I just skipped like most of it. I just wanted to see what happened, and I already knew that Gi-hyun was gonna win because he's our main protagonist, so yeah, we just have to support him, I guess. And another reason why I don't like the ending is that Gi-hyun became a hobo after winning the money. And I do understand that he was traumatized. I don't blame him, because it is horrible to be in that situation, and you have to lose people that you care about, that you have, you know, trusted and made friends with, and you lose them. And you know, in the show Sang-woo and him were friends, so obviously he's like losing someone who has been part of his childhood for a pretty long time, and who has known him for a long time. So I don't blame him if he feels upset or anything. But girl, he became a hobo. Like what? Like he didn't even like invest in the money or like donate it, or at least like try to do something. I don't know, I just felt that him becoming a hobo was kind of annoying, and I was just there like, girl, what the hell. I mean, he did try and do some stuff in the end, you know. He did, you know, go and adopt Sebyok's brother, which is kind of crazy how he did that. I don't know how he did that, but that's cool. He managed to do that, and you know, give money to his mom. And wait, Sang-woo's mom, sorry, because his mom freaking died because he left her there. But one thing that I felt a bit annoyed was that he didn't help Ali. Like Ali was the one that saved you, like actually, because in the first game he would have lost if Ali didn't grab him, and he wouldn't even had the choice to come back. So I'm just like confused. like, why didn't you at least like donate some money to Pakistan? Because, you know, at least like some of the money may probably be able to go to his family, you know, those who are in poverty in Pakistan, or, you know, donate to foreign workers in Korea to help them out, you know, because like even though Ali's dead, you can still help people who are like him, you know. So why, I just don't understand why. And then the ending of him just not going on the plane just made me even more angry. I'm just like, why? Why really? I just don't understand. I felt that it was a horrible ending because we gained nothing throughout the whole show. Like, I didn't feel any satisfactory or like feel intrigued to like know anything, because we don't know anything. That's literally it. We don't know anything. And if you guys didn't know, the show was supposed to be only one season. Although he originally didn't have plans to make a season 2, he did leave some loose ends in the first season, just in case he got the chance to explore them in the future follow-up seasons. Yeah, so he said, however, the director notes that he is personally kind of worried after what it took to bring the show to reality, including losing 6 of his teeth in production. The thing is that the director ended it and decided to end the series off like this, with this ending. Like at least if you like thought about a season 2, I can kind of understand, because you want to like tease the audience to, you know, watch your season 2 to know more about Squid Game, and then they'll be more intrigued. But the thing is that he did not think about doing a second season, so I'm just confused why he would end off like this. Like, he actually thought it was okay to end off like this. I'm like, girl, miss girl. Get me wrong, I do understand that he did say that he did not confirm to have a season 2 because, you know, probably worried that it might not be able to get enough budget or whatever, maybe, or like not enough popularity. But the thing is that if you think about it, right, decide to end off the show this way, the fact that he might not get a chance to do a season 2 just makes me really question, like, why didn't he want to like end off the season a little bit better, you know, a bit more complete, so that it at least has some form of ending instead of like a very loose overall scene. So yeah, that's just my biggest problem with Squid Game. I think now that, you know, Squid Game has become a lot more popular and a lot of people are, you know, realizing it's like a really cool show and they really want to know more about this whole universe, I think it's a very good choice to do a season 2 for it. And I do honestly feel like it might have a lot of plot holes though, because the mask people are really like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't really know where they were from. I honestly feel like there could be a lot of plot holes for that, but hopefully they'll be able to figure something out, you know, come up with a cool storyline to it. I think that'll be really awesome. So yeah, I do think this is all I have currently about Squid Game, you know, like my thoughts and opinions. If I have more, I'll probably just edit in while I'm editing, because I cannot really think much right now. So if you guys want to let me know your opinions as well about Squid Game, just let me, you can write it down. I is that I appreciate it and I will read it, but I don't know what I was doing. Anyways, I love to read them. You guys can let me know. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I probably might do more of these type of videos about like shows and all, because I really do like watching shows and give my opinions and like, you know, thoughts, because I really enjoy doing videos like this. Actually, I think I might want to do more for, you know, future shows, and maybe a bit more in depth on like certain characters in the show that I want to talk about. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you want to like, go ahead. If you want to okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Also, if you like Gi-hoon or Sang-woo in the show, you have daddy issues.